Hey YouTube land, Sue B 860 Young Nana here, and it has been a minute since I've done much on YouTube. As a matter of fact, this year, not so much. But I am planning on a little personal retreat time. I'm heading to Vermont. I have got all kinds of new gadgets, gear, and I am excited to test them all out and hang out with you guys, explore this campground that I'm going to. I'm going to be using my Hasika tailgate tent that Justin got me for my birthday last year that I haven't even used yet. I've got an air mattress that I have been testing out but haven't slept on yet, and I've had that for over a year. So we'll get into it, talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life. Hope you're all doing well. It's August 2025, and I'll bring you along. I'm at a Shaw's supermarket in Vermont. I think I might be in Ludlow, so I've got to get some provisions in here. Running into Shaw's. They used to have these supermarkets in Connecticut. They haven't in a while. All right, here I am. I'm at the DAR State Park in Addison, Vermont, and this is where I'm going to camp for the next 2 days. Well, it's after hours, but this is for me. This is me, Site 33, at the DAR State Park Campground, sleeping in misty blue tonight. I gotta hurry up and get set up while there's still light. Well, she's all set up, but you can't really see much in the dark, so I promise to give you a big tour tomorrow. Okay. I had neighbors earlier, so I felt a little self-conscious, but just want to show you around my campsite, tell you a little more about why I'm in this particular place, and show you the car setup. This is my first time using the Hasika tailgate tent, so let me show you around. So this is my campsite, and here is misty blue. And here is my Hasika tailgate tent. And I've staked it out with my tarp poles. These are from Paria Outdoors. I did a lot of research on tarp poles, and these were a very good price. They're very well made, and I've probably had them for about 3 or 4 years. It's my first time using them too. Here is my tailgate tent. There's my porta potty. You know, there's a lady on Facebook who started a group called We Do Not Care, and it's for women who are in pre, mid, and post-menopause, and she encourages women to talk about what they do and why they don't care at our age. So there are bathrooms at this campground, but I'm not walking all the way to the bathroom when I've got something right here, because I do not care. So here is the tailgate tent from the back. And let me open it up. Real easy. Not hard to set up at all. Was overthinking things last night and getting frustrated, and then was just like, I'm making this too hard. So reminded myself of what I needed to do, and it took me 10 minutes to set up. And last night I slept with my favorite sleeping pad, which is my UST Filmatic, which I've used on a ton of trips. I've showed it to you guys before. But I am also going to try out another sleeping pad tonight. Was gifted it over a year ago and have not been able to use it. So I'm going to show you that tonight. I've got to like lower the seats in order to use the other tailgate tent, and night times are tough for me with my arthritis. I have to take medication at night. So then by the next night, around 5 or 6 o'clock, my dexterity just starts going downhill in my hands and my legs and stuff. So wanted to keep it simple. The seats were already the way they were, so the UST mat fit fine. I slept good. I have a little USB fan that I didn't even use. It's right there. It was cool enough in here last night that I didn't even need the fan, so that was a bonus. It's a little warm in here today, but the highs are going to be like in the 80s. So, but the flow from screen here just kept everything nice and cool. Picked this up at Shaw's. I was looking for bacon, but this was cheaper, and my dad's Canadian, so Canadian bacon it is. Also got a couple eggs. Here's a little hack. If you don't want to have to worry about broken eggs, just throw a couple of them in a jar. These are actually fresh chicken eggs from my friend Dawn. Thanks, Dawn. Let's get this Canadian bacon open. Starting to hear some thunder. That's all right. Definitely got a place to retreat to. Actually, a couple of places. Sit under my awning, or I can go in my car tent. Yummy. Although they are subject to the bacon poppingness. I'd call those good. I'm going to take those off. Looking good too. Those will only take a minute. I like my eggs over easy. Those look like they're going to be just fine. Well, actually, I kind of like them a little over medium. And I don't have any bread, so let them on a little longer. It's going to be delicious. I hope I have some utensils to eat them with, besides my Camulus knife. So a really nice guy who watched my April stealth camping video sent me a donation on Buy Me a Coffee because I mentioned that I would have liked to have like an aluminum top table to cook on. I do have a cloth table that I use for backpacking, but you don't want to cook on one of those. So I was able to purchase this table from Ehhly. Yeah. And for the life of me, I cannot remember this gentleman's name. I don't have any service, or I would check my Buy Me a Coffee account. So I'm just going to have to insert your name and thank you right here. And I'm going to pray over this delicious food. Lord, I thank you for this time that I have here in the DAR State Park and Campground, and I thank you for your blessings. I ask for a special blessing on my friend Dawn, who gave me the chicken eggs, and on my friend who also donated money for this table. Lord, I ask that you would just bless both of their socks off. Bless this food to my body, and I thank you for all the blessings in my life. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm going to eat now, and I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll get back with you in a minute. The skies are turning, hearing a little bit of thunder. That's all right. If I got to be in the car, you know, it'll be fine. Maybe I'll take a nap. Who knows? I can do whatever I want. Not sure if you can hear that, but it's rain, so it's raining out. I'm in my van, and I have set up the HeyTrip sleeping pad. I tried that out tonight for the first time. Actually, my daughter tried it out last year, and she liked it. So we'll see how it does. I've got my USB fan moving the air around, so I might take a nap, maybe watch a movie. I got my tablet with me and have a couple movies downloaded, but I'll get with you later. This is nice. I got everything I need. So, park ranger came and visited me when I was just about dozed off to tell me I was in the wrong campsite. When I got here last night, I had site 33, and it was, wasn't dark or anything, but I was counting the campsites as I drove by, and they were all in pretty numerical order. So when I passed site 32, I just assumed the next site was 33. And I just pulled in and parked there. Come to find out it was 34. And the way the sites are marked is 32, 34, 36, 33. So I apologized, park lady apologized, but they had someone that had reserved site 34. So I am now on the site I should have been on yesterday. I'm going to be honest with you, I do not prefer it to site 34, but it's the site I booked, so I'm going to make it work. Got one more night. I did have to pack a bunch of stuff up, but what I didn't have to do was take my Hasika tent down. So I just rolled up the rainfly, and I only had to go forward, so I just drove into site 33. Now that I'm here, I spent a little time trying to straighten the car out because this is not a level site. The only place it's level is right there. And that's kind of narrow to try to get my car in. So I feel like the bed is about as level as it's going to be. And I'm not really willing to do any more work. But yeah, it's kind of a small site. But the good news is the whole site is in the shade. So it's kind of muggy today. And I'm all right with sitting in the shade. I just noticed that through the back of my campsite, the trees are thinning out. I'm gonna go check this out. Oh, now how pretty is that? That's Lake Champlain. I don't know whose deck this is. Oh, it just says no lifeguard. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is this? 500 feet from my campsite. Oh, it's gorgeous. What a beautiful view. So the reason that I wanted to come to this specific campground, and yes, I'm sitting in my car in the air conditioning. It was a little warm outside, sitting, even though I was sitting next to the lake. The sun was kind of beating down on me, so I'm spoiling myself for a few minutes. The reason I wanted to come to this specific campground is that it is a DAR State Park. And DAR stands for Daughters of the American Revolution. And it is an organization that women who can trace a direct line between them and a Revolutionary War patriot. And since I haven't been able to hike and backpack like I love to, since I haven't been able to play musical instruments like I'd like to because of my arthritis, which still is not under control, I've had to find ways to pivot. And I do a lot more camping, which is great. But I've also been researching my family's history. And this past winter, I discovered that my mom has a number of ancestors who fought in the Revolutionary War. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to see if I can link myself to one of my mom's ancestors and join the Daughters of the American Revolution. They're an organization that has planted a lot of trees and has donated a lot of state forest land and a lot of land in all of the states. They worked very closely with the CCC during the Great Depression and during World War II to plant trees and to establish state parks. They also work with local VA homes and hospitals. They help make sure that patriots of any war get recognized as far as in cemeteries. They will place flags and markers at cemeteries to make sure that patriots are remembered for fighting any war. But their specific focus is Revolutionary War history. So I connected with a lady via email, and she discovered that one of my ancestors on my mom's side already was an established Revolutionary War patriot. So we went through his line, and I was able to join the DAR, and now I have a direct link to several Revolutionary War patriots. There's actually a father, a son, and a grandson. The father and son came over from Germany and landed in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia in 1738. And then the son had a son himself, and the three of them fought in the Revolutionary War together, father, son, grandson. I'm pretty proud of that. And my mom's heritage, my mom was in the military. My dad was in the military. They both come from military backgrounds. My brother was in the Army. So there's just a lot of family history with military. And it's something I'm proud of. A few years ago, Justin and I rode a dinner train with his parents in Vermont, and we stayed in New York that night. And as we were driving from the dinner train to our hotel, we were in Western Vermont, which is where I am now. Lake Champlain is what separates Vermont from New York. So I am in Vermont. If I were to cross Lake Champlain, I'd be in New York. We were driving by here, and I said, someday we're going to come back here. And once I got my certificate for being accepted into the DAR, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go there this year. I'm going to make time. So I decided to take a little mini retreat. It was about a 4-hour drive from home. Beautiful. It was a beautiful drive. And I've just had some me and Jesus time. Been able to do what I want at the pace I want to do it. If I don't want to do something, I don't have to. And I've been enjoying my time here. It was a little stressful when I had to pack up campsites and move. I haven't left the campground all day because I really haven't wanted to go anywhere. Tomorrow I'm going to leave, and I am going to take my time driving back home to Connecticut. But that's why I'm here. I'm in the DAR, and I'm so excited to be in a DAR State Park with a campground. It's really pretty here. The sites are kind of small, and the campground itself only has 47 sites. But it's actually built on the old remains of French and Indian War area. And it's funny because through doing my ancestry, I found out that while my mom was in a line of American patriots, some of my dad's family were actually British loyalists. And there was a property here, where this state park is now, that was somebody's house. And he was a war hero, and some British loyalists burned his cabin down. So, whatever. as dinner. I tried to get the smallest T-bone steak I could find because there's no way I'm going to finish all that. But here it is. I'm going to enjoy it, and then I'll get back with you. It's just after dinner. That steak was good, but it was a little too much for me. I was going to go down back to the deck overlooking Lake Champlain and watch the sunset, but it seems about 30 other people had the same idea, so I think I'm going to go there tomorrow morning instead. Maybe have my morning coffee and breakfast there. I'm going to enjoy my last night here. Probably going to get to bed a little earlier than last night. I'm excited to try out the HeyTrip SUV mattress and hopefully get a good night's sleep. Just listening to the birds. Very pretty. Morning. Sorry I didn't film anymore last night. I got pretty sore getting everything cleaned up from dinner. Needed to go get more water and then just needed to go to bed. The HeyTrip Air Mattress, it did okay, but it's an air mattress. There's no foam in it. The UST mat has foam in it and air, and comfort-wise, the UST mat definitely wins. It wasn't bad, and I'm definitely going to use it again, but I don't prefer it to my UST mat. I was parked not level as much as I tried to level my van out, so I had to kind of sleep diagonally, which is good because, again, the HeyTrip mattress is more of a full-size mattress, and the UST mat's more of a twin size. So I think I slept better last night than I did the first night, but definitely had to make some adjustments. So I'm making my coffee. I'm going to take it down to Lake Champlain. We'll get some final looks, and then I got to get out of here. Well, so much for that idea, because once again, there are people down there. But that's fine. I'm just going to sit here at my campsite and enjoy my coffee, have a little breakfast. Last stop at DAR State Park, finding a geocache. I have not cached in a while, but sure enough, there it is. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but I am having my coffee in front of Lake Champlain. I just crossed over the bridge and I'm now technically in New York. And I'm at Crown Point State Park, where they're having a war reenactment. How exciting. This is from the French and Indian War, because we are at Crown Point.